Hello guys, in this video we are going to see how to use media elements in HTML. Media elements are simply elements that enable us to insert various media on our web page. These media include things like audios, images and videos. So we are going to be seeing how to insert each of those in a web page. So the first thing you can see, as you notice, I already have my index.html file, but I have a new extra folder which is accompanied with this file, which is the media folder. It's a folder that I have called media. Now for this, you will simply need something similar to me. This is my HTML basics folder, which I have been using throughout the video. So within the folder that contains your HTML file, you will create a new folder inside, which you are going to call anything you want. I've called mine media, and inside this media, if I double click on it, I have 3 elements inside. I have one audio, one image and one video. So if you want to follow along in this video, you will need these 3 elements: a video, an image and an audio. Now let's go back to our IDE, or to our code editor for those who prefer to call it like that. Now you can also notice here I have simply split my screen, or I have divided my screen between my code editor and my web browser, so that we will not have to be moving back and forth between the two to see our code and to see the result. So to do that, you can simply enlarge your code editor by clicking on this. This is a crop option here, and the web browser also has a crop option similarly to that. You might need to adjust it a little bit depending on the way yours crops. Okay, now let's start immediately with the audio element. Let's see how to insert an audio element in a web page. So to insert an audio in HTML, it is as simple as writing a tag called audio. I will write audio and press enter, and now we see that this audio tag comes with an attribute already. This is the most important attribute inside this our audio tag, and this attribute is the src attribute, which simply contains the name of the audio file you want to insert in the web page. So if I enter my media folder here, I have an audio file which is my audio.mp3, so I will simply write that name inside this src attribute. But remember that it is inside another folder. So I will start by writing the name of the folder in which this audio element is found. I will first write a full stop followed by a /. This indicates that I want to look for a file or a folder which is in the same directory as my index.html file, and I will choose media, which is the name of this folder. And inside media I have 3 components or 3 elements. I will write the name of the audio element now, which is my audio. You can see that it's already displayed or proposed here. I will click on it, my audio.mp3. So here I'm trying to insert an audio file which is my audio.mp3, and notice that my and audio are linked with a small underscore here. You cannot have any space within your audio name like this. It's not going to work properly. So if you have multiple words in your audio or in your file name, you need to link them with an underscore or with a hyphen. And now let's save this. And if we look in our browser, even if I refresh, you see that nothing is there, or nothing has displayed there for now, because this audio, the audio doesn't have anything that we can see it with. It is just an audio which needs to be played. And that leads us to our second attribute within the audio tag, which is going to be the controls attribute. I will write control, and controls is simply a single attribute. I simply have to write just the name controls. It does not have any equals to sign with any values that I will give to it. We call this a boolean attribute. It can either be there or it is not there. So I will save this now, and once I write controls, we can see that we have our audio element which is displayed on our web page with some controls. These are what we call controls: the play button. We have the play button and the volume button. We have the 3 dots for more options also, and all these things we see, these are simply what we call audio controls. So the controls attribute simply adds this. Now we can play our audio. Okay, so that's all about the audio. Now after controls, I'm going to add a new attribute, which is the autoplay attribute. So I will write autoplay. So the autoplay attribute is simply going to make the audio play immediately after we save this file. So I will simply click on save. and the audio has played immediately as we save the file. So this simply means immediately you load your page, the audio is going to start playing. And finally, I'm going to add another attribute, which is the loop attribute. So loop simply means the audio is going to continue playing continuously until we decide to pause it or stop it ourselves. It's once it ends, it's going to restart, it's going to end and restart till the end. So if I save this and we play our video again, I'm in audio. Okay, you can see that as the audio ends, it automatically restarts again. And we can also see, let's try to use some of these controls, like the volume button, for example. This is the button to mute. You see it is muted now. If I click on this again, it's unmuted. So that is how to use or insert an audio element in a web page using the audio tag in HTML. Now let me cancel this audio tag here and we are going to go to the next thing. Now let's see how to insert an image in the web page. To insert the image, we are going to use the img tag, which stands for image. So I will simply write img, enter. And similarly to the audio tag, we see that image comes with a source attribute or an src attribute. And this is the source of the image or where the image is coming from. I will also write a full stop and a forward slash to show that I want to access a folder in the same directory as my index.html file, which is the media folder. And inside media, I will choose my image.jpeg. So this is the image name, my image, while .jpeg is the image file extension. This can be different. Images may have different file extensions such as .jpeg, .png, .jpg, and so on. So now if I save this, we see this is the image which is displayed. It's simply the image of a very beautiful car, a Lamborghini, my favorite car on earth. And we see that this image is inserted quite alright. And we can see that another attribute also came in this image tag, which is the alt tag. So alt stands for alternate or alternative, and it is what is going to be displayed if the image is not able to load on the viewer's browser. So here I'm going to write car, or simply write Lambo, so that if somebody was to view this image but is not able to view it for some reason, he's going to see this text Lambo displayed on it, and going to at least know that it is a Lambo that is there. So if I save this, let me misspell the image name a little bit. I will write my image1.jpeg and save this. Now we see my image1.jpeg does not exist in this directory, so we are displayed Lambo instead. So that is the use of the alt attribute. Now let's go back to the correct image that was there, and we can see that the image is very large. It occupies the entire width or the entire browser screen. But I can resize this image using some image attributes, which are the width and the height. So I will say width. The width attribute specifies the amount of width that we want this image to occupy. So I will set this to a value. I can give any value here, like for example 500, and I will save this. Now we can see the width is reduced, and I can also give the height. I will say height, and I will give this a height of, let's say 300. Let me just say 400. And now we see the height has been reduced, so I will just give the height 500, same as the width. And now we can see the image is resized. Let me just enlarge this screen, this browser screen, and this is how the image looks like at full screen. So guys, that is how to insert images in an HTML web page. And the final media element we are going to see now is the video element. So to insert a video, we simply use the tag video, and similar to the audio and the image tags, it comes with a source attribute, and we already can guess what this source attribute means. So I will go ahead and simply write the name of my video, but the video is in the media folder first. And remember that I'm writing this full stop and a forward slash just because I want to specify that this media folder is in the same directory with my index.html file. And here I'm going to choose the video, which is my video.mp4. Remember, we are not supposed to have spaces in between. If there are any spaces, you link or remove the spaces by linking the words with an underscore or a hyphen. And let's save this now. And this is my video which is displayed. It doesn't play now because similar to the audio, once you insert the image, you need to have controls on it. So I will add another attribute which is the controls attribute, and this is a boolean attribute. Remember, it means once you write controls, it is going to automatically add the controls. You don't need to write equal to something. So let me save, and now let me expand this screen. We see that we now have the video with some controls. We have the play button, the mute and unmute button, and more options also, playback speed and so on. We also have the option to make this video full screen even and small screen back. So similar to the image tag, I can also use the width and height attributes on the video. So I will say I want the width of this video to be, I will give it 500 too, and I will also give the height as 500. And now we can see we have the width and the height 500 each. Now let's go ahead and play this video to see what it is. I can mute it if I want and unmute again. And you can see you can even go backward. Okay, so we can also add other attributes to these video elements. Like one we are going to add, for example, is the autoplay, which is going to make the video start playing automatically also when the page loads, as we saw with the audio. And now when the page will load, the video starts playing immediately. Okay, and the last attribute I'm going to add for the video is going to be the loop attribute. So we can also already guess what loop means. It is going to make the video to restart after it ends. Let me just forward this towards the end. You see that once it ended, it restarted again. So we see that once the video ended, it restarted again. And I'm going to add another attribute again, which is the muted attribute. So this means the video is going to be playing on mute mode by default, but if I click here, I can still unmute it. And so guys, that is how to use media elements in HTML. We have seen how to insert audios, videos and images in an HTML web page using their respective tags in HTML.